YouTube? It's November, let's play a Zelda game. I have played a lot of Zelda games, but I haven't actually finished too many. Well, Windwaker is one of those. You know, I think I played it and I got the first 3 pearls and then I just called it a day. Quit right there. I have no clue why. But with this YouTube channel, I actually forced myself to sit down and play Zelda games, and I'm excited. Let's see what I think of Windwaker. This one, not this one.
So, I'm going to be playing the Wii U version, and holy cow, guys! Technically speaking, this is one of the best video games ever made. On every level, the HD version is vastly superior. The gameplay, the sounds, the visuals! This is hands down one of the most beautiful video games I have ever played. I will admit, it might be because you have some quiet moments to really just soak in those gorgeous visuals, but wow, 10 out of 10. Alright, now with that out of the way, let me tell you the story of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Once upon a time there was a castle. Did it have a beautiful princess? Probably, but there's not a picture of her, and I can't read, what is that, Korean? The hard-working people of the land had a Triforce, a donkey, and a Gora. But then Mega Pig stole a third of the Triforce when everyone was sleeping. Or maybe he killed them. Once again, I don't know. Korean. But then one day, Peter Pan offered to trade Mega Pig a cool sword for a piece of the Triforce.
Hey, that's a cool sword.
It's a token of our friendship.
But once he had the Triforce, he stole the sword and the kingdom's donkey.
Sayonara, suckers!
But Mega Pig, who had trusted the boy, just soaked up in the mountain.
It was a token of our friendship.
The people lost their Goron and their donkey, but they still had their Triforce. But the city burned, and the omnipresent eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg passively watched. What became of the kingdom? Who knows? This green boy knows, but he won't tell, even if you were to catch him and tickle him.
Like that's ever gonna happen.
So this game starts off how almost every single Zelda game starts off, with Link just sleeping. But it's quickly interrupted by his sister, Errol. It's Link's birthday! Which is convenient because I'm planning to release this video on my birthday. Anyway, for Link's birthday, his grandma made him some cosplay so he can look like Zelda at the next Comic-Con. And his sister Errol lets him borrow her telescope. Anyway, when I get the telescope, I use it to witness a kidnapping by a big old bird. I'm talking like Kodiak grizzly bear sized, but like with wings, you know? The kidnapping victim gets shot out of the sky by pirates. But, being the courageous young lad I am, I immediately head straight towards the greatest fighter on our island and ask him for lessons in the way of the swords, which he teaches me by wielding a spear. But after the lesson, he lets me keep the sword because he sees there's something in my eye. Hopefully it's not the glimmer of a sociopathic serial killer who just got a thrill from grazing the sword against an old man's flesh. So I chop down some trees, I cross a bridge, and then I settle. After that, I kill some goblin-looking things. What even are those? I know it sounds like the word goblin. Wind enemy list. Okay, what do we got? Oh, goblins! Yeah, I got attacked by some. Wait, these are goblins. What are the little damn things? Mini blins. I thought they were called the Dennies. Okay.
Squash banana,
After that, I save Pirate Queen Tetra. But then the bird comes back, mistakes my sister for Tetra, and then Link, in an act of mystifying ineptitude, takes his sword in hand and charges at the bird clean off a cliff. What is wrong with you? The pirates make plans to shove off, but then the driving force of the entire game, Postman, tells them, "Hey, That girl got kidnapped because of you! You are gonna take Link here, and you are gonna help him get his sister back! They are a little annoyed, but they do realize they're partly to blame for this. But they're not gonna take me if I don't have a shield. But that's fine. My family has a perfectly good... Where's the shield? Grandma! Where's the shield? And then there's this kind of emotional scene. Grandma knows that if you need the shield, you're probably going to be doing something reckless. Somehow she knows the whole situation with Errol and the pirates, and realizes the only way that Errol is going to be saved is if she allows you to undergo this dangerous task. So she hands me the shield, and then we depart with the most adventurous song ever playing! Okay, let's talk about Wind Waker's music. Honestly, one of the best soundtracks of all time. I think there's a case for it to be made to be the best Zelda soundtrack of all time. But for me, Ocarina has such a heavy layer of nostalgia armor on it that it's my favorite. But my favorite video game song of all time is easily Outset Island. Of course, Pirate Theme isn't too far behind either. So if you're gonna stay on this ship, you're gonna work. And by work, I mean do a fun rope swinging challenge to get a bag. After that, you head on up to the top deck, and then you climb to the top and find Tetra. And remember how I said that the graphics in this game are good? I mean, look at this! I feel like I could use this as a profile picture. In fact, looking at this picture makes me want to make videos where I'm punching down at kids who don't understand the permanence and cruelty of the internet. Maybe later. Right now I'm playing Wind Waker.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Alright, stealth time. I lost my sword, so if I run into any foes before I get to the top, I'm going to jail! And here's the thing, I am 100% determined to not get thrown into the prison on this playthrough. I play super cautiously. I kill the guys to death with the sticks, and carefully make it to the top of the tower. Of course, I'm forced to sidle, which means I do the sidle dance at one point. Alright, I made it to the top without being captured. Now I grab my sword. But my favorite thing to do in Wind Waker is use the enemy's weapons, which is usually a bad idea because the enemy weapons lack versatility. You can do one type of swing or a throw. Meanwhile, the sword that Orca gave me has so many possibilities. However, the machete that the Bokoblin has is 100 times cooler looking. So, during my playthrough, I made sure to use the enemy's weapons against them in every possible chance. I'll take it! No, this is mine! Come on, yeah! I found my sister! But then the Kodiak grizzly bird comes down, chomps me, and takes me to Ganondorf.
Kill him.
Clearly I will go say.
So here I am, about to drown at sea, with low battery. A traitor's death, to be sure. Very well. But the boat of red lions fishes me out of the sea and takes me to Windfall. He explains that he needs me to save the world from Ganondorf's reign of terror. Cool, sounds fun, but first we're gonna need a sail. So you go into town, you wrestle up a couple more rubies, and then you go find this creepy guy, and he says he will sell you something sight unseen for 80 of them. Fortunately, it just so happens to be the sail. So now we can take to the sea, which is a blast. Now, one common complaint I hear about Wind Waker is, ugh, the ocean is so boring. You just stay around and do nothing. Have you even played this game? It most certainly is not. There is so much to do on the ocean. You can't go 30 seconds without setting up a Bokoblin outpost, this fun little mini game to get rupees, there's shiny spots with treasure that after you get the grappling hook you can fish up, that the submarines with battles to be had, machete slammer! Oh, yeah, treasure. Wait, a bottle. I came in here on a whim to show that there's something to do on the ocean, and it just happened to have the best time in the game. Okay, cool. And honestly, I also love the quiet moments in this game. Just sit back, take in the ocean, take in the music, take in that breathtaking view. But now we get to Dragon Roost Island, and oh yeah, that's another one of them best songs ever written. But I need to help some bird people with Volcano! Once again, Postman drives the story. He offers to introduce you to the Bird King so you can get the order to help with the volcano. But first, I need to help the bird girl Medley get across this small little gap.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
Then we get to the fire dungeon with tons of puzzles. My personal favorites are opening up these boarded areas because you need to use like the drop sticks by lighting them on fire, and this one dude's machete, which is nice because I was gonna use the machete anyway, so being able to, solve a puzzle, it's just a cherry on the top of the pizza. Also, just like the pure spectacle of this part, I love it. What if I was just to slow down for just a second? Oh no! Jump! Jump! Wait, just keep on! Jump! I made it! Pure skill. And then I get the funnest weapon in the entire game, the Moblin Spear. Look at the range on that thing! And then I get Medley out of jail, so she gives me like the grapple hook, so I can use it to grapple to the first boss in this game. Oh, it's Goma. I have no clue how to defeat her. Every time I attack her, she closes her eye. I can't grapple her, but wait, I can grapple that.
Indiana freaking Link!
Fly over Goma 3 times, the rock falls on her enough so that she loses all of her skin, which includes her eyelids, which allows me to chop up her eyeball. Holy cow, that is brutal AF.
What does AF stand for?
A frog.
So after doing all of that, Volu's butt was saved. So the prince gives me Din's Pearl, and I have just 2 more to go. The next one is on Kokiri Forest Island. So I head down there, I clear up the great Deku Tree's acne problem, and then I get a leaf and take to the skies. You see, the Kokiri violinist Makar is missing. You can't very well have your festival without a little plant man sawing out The Devil Went Down to Georgia. So I fly over to the forest dungeon, and I pretty much like this dungeon. I don't like the proximity thorn tentacle things, because it's just like a slow, boring maze. But what I do like is these little guys. So these little spike guys, they don't really attack you to do damage. What they do is they jump and they latch onto your body, and if you get a lot of them on you, you start going really slow, and the only thing you can do is like repent and do a spin slash to get them all off. And generally, you try to ignore them. But not me. Whenever I see these guys, I try and recruit one of them. Little Buddy is what I call him. Come on, little buddy, jump on. All right, let's go, little buddy. And I take him from room to room until the game despawns him. Also in this dungeon, you get the boomerang. It's always extremely satisfying to cut the vines on this thing. And since I've got the Wii U gamepad, I actually get to use the gyro aiming, which is just so natural and fun. I actually remember targeting all of these diamonds by spinning in my office chair. Whee! So I get to the boss room, and then he eats Makar. Makar! I will avenge you! Oh, flip, I got eaten too, didn't I? Okay, what happens next? Oh, we do the tree festival, and then the Tree King gives me the Tree Pearl, and I head to my next grand adventure, an endlessly stormy sea. We head to an island that's been completely destroyed.
Somebody threw this here. It's all gone.
So naturally, the driving force of this game, Postman comes and tells me what happened, and I follow his instructions. So I head back to Windfall, and I trick Nico into giving me the pirates bombs. And while the last 2 pearls required like over an hour-long dungeon to achieve my goal, all I gotta do here is shoot a wall with a cannon a couple of times. And then the boat shakes down this big lizard-looking dude for the final crystal. Then I head over to the Triangle Islands and give Din, Nehru, and Forori their artifacts. And then the Tower of the Goddess rises from the ocean. And from this point on, the game is completely new to me, so I'm really looking forward to it. So the first half of the tower is dealing with water levels periodically rising and falling, and I wish real water looked this good. You disgust me! The second half of the tower, we learn the command melody and take control of these statues, and you babysit them to get them back to the main hall. We also got the bow and arrow in this dungeon, which is really good weapon for ranged combat. And you're gonna need the bow to take down the boss. However, you're gonna need way more than 30 arrows to take him down. Fortunately, the boss has your back. Oh, flip, I'm all out of arrows.
I'm gonna need to borrow a quarter.
Sure thing, Patrick.
I still don't have enough.
Hey, Sponge, can I borrow another quarter? Thanks.
And thanks to the boss's generosity, I won. And then...
When he was crushed by a giant bell.
Okay, so this video ended up taking a lot longer to edit than I thought it would. If I want to upload this video on my birthday, I'll have to cut it in half here. So slam that subscribe button so you can catch the second half when it goes up, and if the video's already up, subscribe anyway. Think of it as a birthday present to me. I'll have the rest of the video up before the week is out. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you.